Hello, welcome to YCFT. We're back talking about Michael Myers.
Yep.
We haven't talked about Michael for a while.
No, we're kind of like very wibbly wobbly, timey wimey with where we're talking with the Halloween franchise.
Yeah.
We have not gone in order,
We're
chronological order.
We're not as consecutive as we are with the Friday the 13th.
No.
And by this point, probably the Chuckies.
Yeah.
Like, I believe that'll have come out by now. We're talking about. I wanted to talk about a film we watched recently, and it turns 20. It's its
made me watch
20th
this.
birthday. I know you wanted to watch.
I wanted to watch H2O.
You wanted to watch Halloween H2O. I made you watch Halloween Resurrections.
Yeah, you did.
It turns 20. We're talking about it on its birthday. Yeah, at some point this year it came
We can't be mean to it. It's his birthday.
Yeah, well, we're going to be mean to it.
Yeah.
That's very interesting because Halloween H2O, obviously, is 20 years after the original one. I just like how the Resurrections, the film that killed the franchise for a number of years, has now turned 20.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very true.
So, this film takes place after the apparent death of Michael at the end of H2O.
It's a direct sequel to H2O, yeah.
Direct sequel to H2O. Jamie Lee Curtis only agreed to do H2O if they could kill Michael, but Mustafa Assad, the producer...
Akkad.
Mustafa Akkad, sorry, had it written, it was in contract that Michael could never die.
Mm-hmm.
So Jamie Lee agreed to do it if she could kill him.
Yep.
And when they do the sequel, she would come back for the opening scene to reveal that he's still alive.
Yes.
So, end of H2O, wallop, heads off with the axe.
Yeah, he is... yeah.
He is done. He is dead. And then said, oh no, that was a paramedic. He crushed his vocal cords and... Yeah.
Put on the uniform, the paramedic uniform.
But he still has the ab strength of Michael to sit up without any arms and
they
doesn't try to take the mask off or anything.
No. It doesn't, doesn't cry for help or anything like that.
They filmed the shot of Michael, who in theory must be burnt to hell.
Yeah.
From previous films. The day after principal photography finished on H2O, they filmed the shot of him in the paramedic's outfits walking away.
Yeah.
So the audience for a couple of years believed that Michael was dead.
Yes.
But it was always the plan to do a sequel, and Jamie had to return.
Yes, begrudgingly
have to return, and yeah, she is killed off.
She's famously killed off.
Yeah, she is in a mental asylum because of
events
that have done, and apparently taking Michael.
Stuff.
Killing the wrong man.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's just a really weak. The mask, I think, looks really bad in this one.
Oh my god, the mask is terrible. His walk is kind of dodgy too, which is like... Yeah. It was really noticeable to me in this film, Michael's walk.
He kind of walks like he really needs the bathroom.
Yeah, he does, yeah.
Oh, we've said in previous ones, like, it doesn't really matter who... Like, when we talked in the reboots one, it doesn't really matter who's behind the mask. It kind of does. They need to be done. It
does in a way. Like, the physicality means something.
The people who played Jason never had this issue, but yet we struggle with it for Michael.
Yeah, I mean, you never watch Jason Voorhees and think, God, that guy really needs a shit.
Yeah.
You do in this movie with Michael Myers, unfortunately. No offense to the guy, because from what I heard, he was a massive fan of the franchise and he desperately wanted to play Michael Myers. So I feel bad for saying this, but, it was noticeable anyway.
Yeah. So Jamie Lee is killed off. Right, that's
in
it.
The first 15 minutes.
Done. Film's over.
Yeah.
Everyone can go home.
And I think no one has ever forgiven that since. It was a big
this is the second time she's died in the franchise, and the first time was off screen.
Oh, yes. Yeah, part 4. Like, Halloween 4.
Yeah, they killed her off screen.
Yeah, because it's just it's a daughter, isn't it? It's Jamie.
Yeah, because H2O is a direct sequel to 2.
Oh, here we go.
Kind of. Unofficially, they say, she faked her death. It's not, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's a recall. They did a bit of a retcon.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's messy. But H2O was a really good film.
Which is why I wanted to watch it.
I'm not going to. You can see the CG mask in that one shot.
Yeah. Which is the one that has blonde Michael Myers in.
That's 4.
That's
4.
God,
the Ben Tramer mask.
Ben Tramer! R.I.P. Ben Tramer.
Because that was going to be the mask for the entirety of the film, but they only filmed like 1 or 2 shots of it and forgot to take them out.
So bad.
That's how much care and attention goes into these films. Yeah. So it's many years later, and I keep forgetting the woman who's in it. We've got Busta Rhymes in this film.
Oh, yeah, guys, by the way, it's 2002, so we have Busta Rhymes. And we have Tyra Banks.
Tyra Banks is in this movie.
Tyra Banks is in this film. And I guess they play 2 showrunners or 2 producers of this TV show called Dangertainment.
This is maybe like the premiere. I want to say, as far as what they're actually trying to do, It's a little bit. I don't want to go as far as say ahead of its time.
I think that's
early.
quite fair.
They want to
I think that's fair. Actually.
camera up a bunch of students.
Yeah.
Put them in Michael Myers' house all night. Have spooky things happen to them. And it's going to be live streamed to the internet. That could be something that it's basically Ghost Adventures.
It's kind of Ghost Adventures mixed with Big Brother in a way.
Yeah.
Sorry, it's not a TV show. It's a web show, isn't it? It's a web series. It fair play. It does kind of tap into, at the time, audiences' new obsession with TV shows
MTV.
and reality TV and celebrity and, true crime and serial killers.
Yeah.
We've always
It's
been
interesting,
obsessed
but does
with
it have place in the Halloween franchise?
No.
We can... I know you have this written on your notes. Busta Rhymes is the best part of this movie.
I actually do say that. Yeah, that's true.
He's the most fun to watch because all the characters of people that get killed in this film are so forgettable.
Including the final girl.
I can't even remember her name.
Sarah. That's the thing. They killed off Jamie Lee Curtis, the character that we've all grown to love and root for. They killed her off in the first 15 minutes. In a really weak kill as well. For some reason, she kisses Michael Myers before she dies. And so then we're replaced with the new final girl, a girl called Sarah, who is literally the most forgettable and boring final girl you will ever see in a horror film.
There is
Thank you, Busta Rhymes, for saving this movie.
Yeah, by giving us something entertaining to watch. He is just Busta Rhymes in this. I don't know his character. He's just Busta Rhymes.
Freddy.
Called.
Yeah.
There's that Freddy versus Michael film everyone
I just clocked. Is that like maybe a little reference? Perhaps?
No, I don't think so.
No? Okay.
This film does have one of the coolest kills in the franchise.
Which one are you?
The one which is like the POV with the tripod kill through the neck.
Oh, yeah.
Unusually sharp.
The weird spiky
I know that's meant to be a
tripod,
reference to another film.
Yeah.
But it's like POV and it's like, all right, that's really cool. The idea of being in a house, it's essentially like partially found footage because we're seeing it from the point of view of these cameras.
Yeah, they have webcams on.
People watch it live so they can see Michael. They can't. It's like, there's a small nubbin of an great idea.
Nugget there.
What I'll never forgive is
it's true.
I don't understand why they went down this path. So they have obviously the head cameras. Yeah. And that display isn't going to be great. But then when it's blown up to be the full size, it looks really, really bad. So it's like when you see people watching it on a computer, the footage from their cameras looks way better there than it does when we see it in full screen because they had to stretch it.
Yeah, it's a weird choice.
I don't understand why they went for that choice rather than just filming it and then making it look like the head cameras. So there's a lot of scenes you can't really tell what's going on because there's so much static.
They probably thought like the grainier and the more static
Stylized.
it was, the scarier it would be.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We can't see how cheap things are.
But it kind of backfired.
No, see,
it's just annoying.
Leading into that, the MTV style thing of like fake reality. The house, they kind of work out quite early on that everything in the house is fake. It's like, why would this all stuff? They see fucked up toys and drawings and evidence. And it's like, why would this all be there? Obviously, it's all fake.
It's staged, yeah.
None of the characters, they all have one trait about them. That's it. Like one likes to cook. That is his entire person.
Yeah, there's a scene where he tries to fight off Michael Myers, who inevitably, appears in the house. Like he throws thyme or something in Michael Myers' face. He literally gets like a sprinkle of thyme and just throws it in his eyes. It's like, how Michael Myers has survived fires. He survived gunshots, and a little bit of rosemary or whatever it is like puts him down for a few minutes.
The first kill out of the live streamers, essentially, the precursors to influencers, I'm going to call them.
Yeah.
Is he comes through the window and stabs him. It's like, how did he get? Where is he then? Yeah,
and also who was that character that he stabbed in the head?
I can't remember.
I
don't know who he is.
His entire character existed just to like flirt with Katie Sackhoff, who is one of the other
Battlestar Galactica fans out there.
Yeah,
we know who she is.
Katie Sackhoff.
But it's like I was trying to think of the logistics of. So where is he if he's behind the mirror?
Yeah. It
like,
doesn't work.
Where is he?
It doesn't work. And then
Michael's basically been living under his house eating rats for however many years.
Yeah, he's been chilling in the basement for some reason. I don't know why the basement when he had the whole house to himself, but yeah. Yeah,
really bizarre. And so obviously we're being fake. Freddy, Busta Rhymes, dresses up as Michael to try and scare them. And it leads to like, this one thing, like, as bad as this film is, it's kind of a good time. Yeah. Because of how bad it is.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, do you remember?
So bad it's good.
I'm going to remind you something. Do you remember that Tyra Banks is in this movie?
Tyra Banks is in this film? What is she doing in this film?
We watched a review, I can't remember who it was, and it was some guy who was basically saying, oh yeah, Tyra Banks is in this film.
Like,
you do forget.
You totally forget. Yeah,
and she's killed off screen.
Yeah, it was, her kill was filmed. I think she was throttled to death, wasn't she?
Yeah,
and for some reason they cut it out.
Yeah.
I don't know why. But yeah, anyway, I guess Tyra Banks she was huge, wasn't she? Like in the early 2000s especially. So it would have been like a bit. It's kind of like the equivalent of having Paris Hilton in House of Wax.
Yeah,
you're going to see it because
Busta
of
Rhymes
that.
plays a more convincing Michael than Michael.
Oh my god,
So
yeah,
great,
there's a really great scene with the two
tries
of
to
them.
go. Michael's just stood behind him, and he's like, "What? I said I was gonna be Michael." He assumes he's the dead cameraman, and he's like shouting at Michael and everything. It's just so funny, and Michael's just like, rather than killing him, just like. Oh,
Michael's just really confused.
He's just really confused
by the whole fucking situation.
He probably thought he walked in front of a mirror.
Yeah, but Busta Rhymes, it's like Busta Rhymes as Michael Myers shouting at the actual Michael Myers.
Yeah, it's
not realising what the hell is going on.
I'm gonna cut that scene in there. I'm just gonna put with audio. I'm just gonna put the scene in.
Oh shit, man! Charlie, where the fuck you been at, man? Don't you know we've been looking all over this motherfucker for you? And why the hell you dressed like me anyway? I ain't telling you to be Michael Myers. I'm playing Michael Myers.
It's actually one of the best scenes in the film because of it's ridiculous, but it's genuinely really funny. I was laughing my ass off watching that.
Oh, it shows earlier on the film that Busta Rhymes Freddy is really into karate films, and anyone who follows my stuff though, I put this up as a YouTube short a while ago.
Yeah.
Because, let's think what the state of horror was in the minute. This is like, we're about to get, literally a year after this, we got the first reboot.
Yeah. Because
they just sent Jason to space a year prior.
Yeah.
And Michael gets into a karate fight with Busta Rhymes.
Yeah.
He's literally kicked out the window and then hung by the wire of a camera.
He literally kung fu's his way to victory.
Then let's not forget, Michael Myers got nards.
Oh, yeah.
That's paraphrasing a very famous line. Now, comment below if you know what the film is that I'm paraphrasing. Later on, fighting in fire, he gets electrocuted in the dick. Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Trick or treat, motherfucker.
Oh my god, Busta Rhymes' line delivery is just like, if I ever watch this film again, I'm fully aware I'm watching it because of Busta Rhymes. I don't care about any of these other characters.
Obviously, there's a love interest there.
Oh my god, there's partly a love interest. It's weird. It's weird, first of all, because there's a bit of an age difference between them.
Because he's lying about his age. They're online friends. He does try and help her because he's texting her while he's watching it. There was an interesting idea there, but they don't. There was an original ending where they were going to meet in person, and he was going to bust down the door and help her, but I think in tests it didn't work, so they made Busta Rhymes be the hero. Yeah,
because I think test audiences preferred seeing Busta Rhymes as the hero and not Deckard. But yeah, we have this character
called... That's a Blade Runner reference.
Oh god, yeah, Deckard. So he's like chatting to Sarah, our final girl, online. Like they're friends, potentially, maybe a brewing love interest, who knows, but they've never met in person. And obviously the Dangertainment episode of Being in Michael Myers' House is airing live. So Deckard at a Halloween party, dressed as one of the guys from Pulp Fiction, is watching it live. And obviously everyone watching it can tell that Michael Myers, the actual Michael Myers, is actually in the house. And oh my god, I've got to try and help Sarah. So he texts her with Michael's whereabouts, letting her know where he is in the house.
It's like, that's really cool.
It's cool.
Doesn't work.
It's not executed well. Yeah. And also, obviously...
Well, at least he can see the footage from her camera in better quality than we can.
At least
he might actually be able to see what's going on.
But then there's also this weird thing of, early 2002. So obviously, we've got like the flip phones and whatnot. And for some reason, her texts come in fading in.
Yeah.
It's not an outright text.
It's like Kelly Rowland texting off XL. You know the reference.
Yeah.
That would have been around this. That would have been around this time, surely.
Early 2000s. Oh yeah, that's a good song. That. But yeah, it's just like it's just silly. It's like again something of a good idea there, just doesn't work. No. And does it belong in a Halloween movie?
No. This film did kill Halloween for Mustafa Akkad. You might have it written that Michael can't die, but this film killed Michael.
Ironically, the film called Resurrection.
5 years.
The film that's called Resurrection killed off.
Yeah, they had to reboot it in 2007. The Rob Zombies.
Yeah.
Halloween.
Yeah, This is a very bizarre film. But I will tell you, this is not the lowest ranking Halloween movie.
Which one's the lowest ranking?
Do you want to guess?
Not Halloween 3, surely.
Curse is voted the worst Halloween film. The Curse of Michael Myers.
5, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a Paul Rudd one, isn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
This one comes in joint last with Revenge of Michael Myers. But this is not actually the lowest ranking one.
Thing is, like, we did have a good time watching it.
I did,
Just
you know
we know
what?
it's not for good reasons. It's
No.
like, what the legacy of this film 20 years later is the revelation that Busta Rhymes isn't actually the worst part of the film. He's
No.
actually the best.
He actually
I think that's
is.
upon reflection,
But
that is the
thing
best part.
It's not Busta Rhymes' fault that this film is bad. I mean,
Oh, no.
you know, that's...
There's creative decisions that make it bad.
Yeah, he was, you know, he was doing those lines at how they were written.
Yeah.
Busta Rhymes is just doing what Busta Rhymes does. Like, he makes this film entertaining. It's everything else around it that makes this film fail. But this is directed by Rick Rosenthal.
Who directed Halloween 2.
Yeah, which, you know, people for some reason love Halloween 2. I'm not a fan of Halloween 2. I'm also not really a fan of this
You know
movie.
what? I'm a fan of Halloween 2, but
Oh,
I think as I've
there's
gotten
issues.
older, I like it less and less.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
Yeah.
Like,
I think it's like, again, the idea works. For me, it was just slow.
I'm curious. 'Cause
Slow.
one thing I'm curious about, because people slate Halloween Kills, do people like that film less than Halloween Resurrection?
Oh my god. Yeah.
We're the avid defenders of Halloween Kills.
Yeah, we are. We are. I don't get the hate for that movie. Surely not.
I hope not.
Surely not. Come on, people. But yeah, this film.
What's the other line? He said he has 2 final lines to Michael, doesn't he? When he's on fire, he's like "trick or treat, motherfucker," and what else?
Oh god, I can't remember.
Yeah,
We'll find it. We'll add it in if we can.
yeah, yeah.
Happy fucking Halloween!
He has a few killer lines in this Buster Rhymes.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Are you thinking of the scene at the end where they're in the garage
Yeah.
before he saves Sarah? Yeah, he does say something really
He
weird.
says something while he's carrying her out.
Yeah, he does. I can't remember.
I can't remember.
But
And
yeah,
it's like Parabus Rhymes has an arc because he then doesn't want to be interviewed. It's like, Michael, he's not something just for TV. He's like, that's literally what you've been doing. Like, all right, you've got an arc.
yeah, you've been.
maybe.
Yeah, there is again. You know, going back to
By the way, do you remember Tyra Banks is in this movie?
Tyra Banks is in this film. The film sort of. Again, remember this was made in 2002, so a lot of stuff that we, you know, is just part of our everyday life in society. Back then was still kind of, you know, on the rise. You know, like our obsession with celebrity culture and true crime and reality TV. Big Brother was, you know, just like kind of a fresh idea at that time. And also, this film is only a few years after Blair Witch Project.
Yeah.
You know, one of the most famous found footage films. So it's experimenting with style,
Well,
you know, first person point of view.
Do you remember
and
one of the names for what this film was going to be called?
how michaelmyers.com?
Yeah, it was going to be Halloween michaelmyers.com.
Yeah.
It could have been worse.
Could have been worse.
I can't remember some of the other names, but that was the one that stuck out to me. It's like,
There's a scene as well where 2 of the characters, whose names for the life of me I absolutely cannot remember, and they go down to the basement, you know, to explore, and they end up getting really horny and are about to have sex.
And take the cameras off, throw them to one side, but the cameras are still just pointing at them.
Thinking that, oh, the audience will never be able to see us. The audience, of course, are just loving it. You know, celebrities or, you know, people having sex on TV is not...
It's just the characters are so
not that far removed from, you know, reality. Yeah, it's just the characters are shit.
I can't remember any of the names.
This is just not a film that's executed well. And I do think the idea of it is interesting, but again, it's just like, should this be in the Halloween franchise?
Probably
It's
not.
so far removed from everything that came before it.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis says that this film is a joke. You know, she just thinks it's funny, it's something to laugh at.
It's like she
not
literally did it
serious.
because she was contracted to do it.
Yeah, I think she's like, you know, this should not be considered as like a serious addition to the franchise.
Yeah. I'm honestly really surprised she came back.
Yeah. I am too.
I believe with Halloween Ends, that is her officially done with the...
Yeah.
She said that I think that is her last time she's playing Laurie.
I did see one funny review. I can't remember who wrote it, but they said that Freddy, Busta Rhymes' character, was the Halloween franchise's equivalent of Jar Jar Binks.
No.
You're
People
like, I'm not having that. No.
Jar Jar Binks gets a bit of a bad rep as well, I think. He's just...
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Jar Jar Binks.
But, yeah.
I am
Busta
a fan of
Rhymes
Busta
is a
Rhymes in
lot of fun.
He is a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And even Tyra Banks, you know, like, the limited amount of screen time that we have with her and Freddie together. Like,
They have some good
duo.
chemistry, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fun little duo. I think ultimately we end up spending time with the least interesting characters.
So I feel like the scene where she gets killed, obviously if it must have been, you said it was filmed, but she must have thought when Michael came in, must have thought it was Freddie, because she would have known that Freddie was dressing as Michael.
Yeah.
So there could have been a really interesting scene there.
There could have been, but no,
Unless
we didn't
it must
get
have been cut for time.
And we ended up spending time with a couple of horny college students in Michael Myers' house.
Yeah. It is great when Katie Sackhoff's head gets sliced off.
That's pretty cool.
That was pretty cool.
Pretty sick.
That revelation is like, oh crap, it's real. Because at that time they think, oh, it's Freddy.
Yeah. Yeah, they just think it's Freddy messing around, but no, we get a decapitation.
Do you have any more notes?
Oh, I don't think so. Oh, no, I do actually. I do. Two things. The score is actually pretty good in this film.
That surprised me. I was like, the score actually pretty sick.
There's a very, I love this from the New York Post when this film was released. It's so devoid of joy and energy, it makes even Jason X look positively Shakespearean by comparison. That is a quote from the New York Post.
Wow.
Shitting all over your favourite Jason movie.
It's not my favourite, I just really like it. Not for good reasons. Like, there's nothing good in that film, apart from some really sick kills. But it knows how ridiculous it is.
Look.
And that's why, apparently, even the New York Times looks on it more fondly than this film.
We all know the early 2000s was a strange time for horror.
Yeah.
It
didn't treat its horror legacy characters well.
No, it didn't know what to do. It was trying to be cool and, you know, satisfy the MTV generation, but then it's also using old franchises.
Yeah.
And I don't know, in this film, the mixture of old and new just didn't, I don't know, it just didn't work.
It probably would have worked better as an original idea.
Yeah, if this was its own film, yeah, I'd have watched it.
Yeah. Well,
I would have enjoyed it probably a little bit more if it was executed a bit better. But yeah, I don't know. You can have fun with this movie, but bearing in, you know, do not take this film seriously. Yeah. You can't take this film seriously. It doesn't let you.
You could turn it into a drinking game, and it would be a lot of fun.
Yeah.
And it's on Netflix at the minute. It's like there's quite a few Halloween films on Netflix at the minute. So, you know, if you've got a free evening, you want something just to put on in the background, just give it a watch. It's a good fun.
Yeah, you will.
It's a good fun.
It's a good fun.
It's a good fun.
I can't.
That's gonna be on my next T-shirt. It's a good fun.
I can't promise that I won't ever watch this film again. Like, I think I probably would.
This was the first Halloween film I ever saw when I was a kid.
And you decided to carry on watching them after this.
I remember going to HMV after my paper round. You get several DVDs for like a tenner, and one of them was Halloween Resurrection. I knew of Halloween. I was like, go on then. So I had no clue who Laurie was.
No, that's fair.
It wasn't until many years later that I started watching them from the very beginning, and everything made sense. But yeah, this was my introduction to Halloween.
Wow. Wow.
I think I watched this around this. I probably got Jason X in the same bundle.
Yeah, because what year was Jason X? Was it like
2001? I think
2001. 2002. This film, like Ghost Ship, came out, which was one of my favorite films from that time. I was probably busy watching Ghost Ship.
We were just on the cusp of Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2003.
Yes, well, you know, that the year that horror really kind of took a turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the year before, so it was still sort of like fumbling its way towards a new era of horror.
There's always that crossover when you enter a new decade.
There's always that rough transition period.
Yeah. But yeah, it's fun, but not for good reasons at all.
No.
You'll get, at the very least, you will get a good laugh. We thoroughly enjoyed laughing at how bad this film is. It's not offensively bad.
No. You know,
it's just,
I think
it fills some time, and at least it's a short run time.
You know what? Again, for me as well, watching it, there was a lot of nostalgia hitting in sometimes the right places, sometimes the wrong places. It's always fun seeing flip phones again. It's always fun seeing really bad early 2000s fashion again. It's, you know, it's like this is a time we'll never get back.
It's kind of baffling. It makes me appreciate Michael's mask in 2018 so much more, considering how often they've messed up the mask.
I don't know how bad like they managed to. I don't know how. Like they had a really good point of reference. How did it just go so awry? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we forgot they do set up for a sequel, don't they?
Oh god, yeah. There's a jump scare at the end.
Yeah.
Michael is supposedly burnt to death. We all know Michael Myers can't die, so yeah, he's in the morgue, and the what do you got? The forensic scientist, like the people that do the
Coroner.
The coroner. Yeah, they she unzips the bag and we get a jump scare.
The mask is like melted.
Yeah.
To be fair, if they'd followed on, you look like that could have been really cool.
But now we had to wait another 5 years for another Halloween
5 years,
movie?
yeah, and that was very different. I personally quite like Rob Zombie's Halloween.
Yeah, I like the first one.
It's basically 2 movies put together.
Yeah. But
the first half is totally original. The second half is a Halloween remake.
I think it is saying something that Resurrection killed it so much that Zombie felt the need to just go back to the original.
Yeah.
just remake that instead. It's like, well, you know, kind of
lost
playing
cause,
it safe.
mate. We can't do it.
Yeah.
So yeah. Yeah, it was fun.
I've had a laugh talking about it. I'll give it that.
Yeah, same. I will let you watch H2O.
Yeah. This is how this started. All I wanted to do was watch H2O. I know, instead we ended up watching this. We ended up watching Busta Rhymes just karate kick Michael Myers out a window.
Clicking on Netflix. It was recommended on Netflix. I either click that or I go grab the DVD, get the disc out, put the disc in.
Yeah.
There was a couple extra steps that night that I just could not be bothered to do.
The thing that makes it worse is I know soon I'm going to have to rewatch Jason X, and like that's just kind of looming on the horizon, and I know I'm getting closer and closer to it. Oh god. Yeah. Should we end this now?
Yeah, let's end. Thanks for checking this out.
I'm going to go listen to some Busta Rhymes. And the
Pussycat
Pussycat
Dolls.
Dolls.
His music.
He's in the Pussycat Doll. He did, don't you?
Oh god, yeah, he did.
He's in that, yeah. I'm gonna go listen to that.
Yeah.
Farewell.
Thanks. Bye.